Hey everyone, my name is Jack and welcome back to the channel. With Space Engineers' release just around the corner, I thought it'd be wise to discuss some hot topics within the community right now. With the reveal last week, I saw a lot of community questions on the topic of would Space Engineers ever come to virtual reality? Now at the time, the obvious answer from the developers was a no, and that it may be looked into at a later date. This is something which I can expand on a little bit. Also stay tuned in this video, I've got an exclusive demo of Space Engineers in VR, I'll show more about it later. So from being around the Space Engineers community for so long, I remember a time when Keen Software House, the developers of the game, actually looked into experimenting with VR in the game. It was super cool to see a real person playing Space Engineers in VR. I'll actually stick up some gameplay from 2016 now of Marek and Joel playing it so you can see. And those people actually mining stone in front of them. You know, being in Space Engineers and manually mining stuff. What an amazing feature that is. Imagine if you could do that. I mean, it's so cool, I think. So one of the features which really surprised me was how big the world. It made the world super big in VR. Typically you don't appreciate this when playing spaces, how big people's creations actually are, but when you're walking around it in your own VR headset, you understand the scale of it. Things like the small fighters were suddenly a lot bigger to the player, and it really gave you more of an appreciation of how creations are made in Space Engineers. Take a big ship for example, you really do appreciate the size of the Big Red when you're actually walking around it in a virtual reality landscape. So recently, a talented community member by the name of Sektan, you might have heard of him, he's done quite a few mods in his time, and he has also made the fantastic Space Engineers Total Conversion, which is his moon mod. It's fantastic, you definitely have to try it at some point. Now he's been making his own version of Spaces VR in the Unreal Engine. So far he has made it look awesome by creating his own VR test worlds with the SE style to it. I must say, seeing a player walking around in typical SE corridors really makes the game feel alive in ways I previously thought wasn't possible. VR has always been a fantastic experience for myself, from sitting on the bridge of the Enterprise in Star Trek Bridge Crew, to then swinging lightsabers in Star Wars, and knocking out to a few tunes in Beat Saber. We've all done it. But what if I could sit on the bridge of my own custom starship I built in Space Engineers? Now you can see where I'm going with this video. Hold your horses there. Luckily for us, Sektan decided to give me an exclusive demo of his VR experiment in spaces. Now this is a demo of it, and I'm going to stick some gameplay on screen now and show you my journey through a little bit of the VR world. I'm not going to show it all off, as I know Sektan wants to keep some surprises, and if you guys like to see more VR gameplay of his demo, let me know and I'll make a full video. Just take note that this is a fan-funded project, so if you want to check out Sektan's YouTube channel and his sources, there is a link down below in the description. I heavily suggest you go check out his YouTube channel, give him all the support he needs, as this is an amazing project, and yeah, you should definitely go check it out. Just a few things, I'm recording this on a HTC Vive, and I'm the only tester for the project on HTC Vive at the moment. The other people are Keen Software House and E&D Live. So yeah, take that into mind. Also, just take into mind, my VR setup is not good, so you are going to see some glitching, and this is an experimental demo, so don't expect it to be a perfect VR game just yet. Hold your horses back, reviewers, we know you're watching. Anyway, enjoy this VR demo, I'll be back with you after that. Alright, hello everyone to this Space Engineers VR demo. I'm recording this on a HTC Vive for the minute. Sektan has been very nice to give me this testing version of the Space Engineers VR world. It's a heavy experimental product. As I mentioned, I am recording this on a HTC Vive. Not an unusual studio requirement, so sorry for the bad microphone quality. Today I'm going to give you a quick demo of Sektan's VR world. We're going to jump in and see what we can do. I should note I am recording this in a very small room, so I'm probably going to hit something at some point. It would be quite funny if I was recording me, but you can have to deal with it through my headset or through Shadowplay, so enjoy this. This is an experimental project. I'll mention more about it in the video description. Right, apparently we're transporting. Hey! Right, we need to talk to this person.
Welcome to the VR world. Please continue to the next testing area.
Alright, so we need to continue the next testing area. Now one thing you'll notice is starting to stutter a little bit. This is simply because of the layout I currently have my VR place in. Unfortunately, I don't have as much space in my house as I wanted to, so I have to record in this really small environment. Right, we need to go over here now, but bang. Damn, it's an actual life-size engineer. Look at this. This is how cool it is. Hello. Like, you could reach out and just, I'm just going to, hello, can I have your hand? Gently caressing a space engineer a minute. But look, you can actually see the details on the suit. This is how cool it is. And then you've got a gravity generator in the middle here. I mean, look, as you could almost press in to the keys and, you know, actually do it, or just punch the control panel. Careful, Chewie, those buttons are your friends. You know, this is how cool, a gravity generator in person. That's cool. What else we got around the room? Now, there's no free movement in this version of the game at the minute. It is teleport only. Personally, I prefer teleport. I'm on a standing only Vive setup,
or VR setup, so I can't freely move around the place as I'll walk into the desk. As much, I probably will hit something in a minute as I'm standing out of bounds with a controller. I need to rotate it around slightly, and then I can reach into the door using the grab, and bang, it opens. Way! Right, next area. Let's go say hello to those lads. Hello. I'm actually the same size of them, so in real life I wouldn't be the same size of them because I'm a short bastard, so yeah, I wouldn't get anywhere near these guys. But damn, you can look at the images over here, and you're, oh, that's a bit too close, isn't it? You're actually in the SE world. I mean, if I just look around and turn around in my, person at the minute, I mean, just look, you are actually living and breathing an SE world at the minute. Let's head over to that door. And you've got the soundtrack, obviously, as well. Let's, hey, here we go. Right, new room. Medical bay over here. So, medical bay, if you're like me, you commonly end up using this in spaces when you die for 5 minutes, but damn, I appreciate how big the medical bay actually is. And obviously, this is Sektan's own project. I'm not sure whether this is all to scale the spaces universe, but I imagine it pretty much is. But anyway, look at this. Can we get a bit closer? Damn, you could actually, press the buttons on the medical bay, couldn't you? Imagine that, just, typing the buttons away to respawn your friends. That could be really cool. Damn, okay, so we're actually looking out into a live Space Engineers world. There is the moon, I think. Yeah, it looks like the moon. And look, there's an engineer all the way over there. Oh, I put this up to the glass. Look. I can point, can't I? Look at that. That guy. In that direction. I forget I can point this VR, isn't it? He's welding an antenna up over there. And you can also, lean out. I can't walk too far forward. I guess I can walk a little bit further forward here, walking into something. I can look out the window and look, there's another part of the station. I now need to walk back without smashing into something in my room. But I've left my hand behind. Wow, this is so cool. Right, we need to head back over here in a minute. Boop. Here we go. Let's start over here. Stand next to this engineer. Engineer Steve here is currently repairing a reactor, apparently, which looks like it's F. Now, that room's into red alert mode, so I take it like everyone's dead in there. We're not going to head in there in that case. We'd head over to that door, so I'm twisting my neck around a minute to get to a door. Can we open this? Hey, bang. Oh, and there's a sign here. Let's read this. Can I rotate my camera around again? So this is a construction component. Let's see if I can pick this up. So a construction component, you typically use this to build a medical bay. You'd actually use it to build these floors we've stood on as Space Engineers, as you might know. I mean, look, we can pick this up in our hands here and wield the construction component. Or do what I want to do and just chuck it at that engineer. Fuck you. There we go. This is going to be a repeating process throughout this video. Superconducting components. Right, these typically go in jump drives and something else. I forgot what else they go in. But damn, they look quite cool, don't they? They could wear it on my head. Oh, what, you can do a lot of things with this, couldn't you? Can we just, we don't need that, sod it. I love this, this is amazing. I've always wanted to do this. Now this, for some reason, if you've played the game Anthem, I feel like I'm a supervillain. I grab this by this and go, look at me wield this super glitchy power. Haha, fuck you. There you go, I wish I was recording a video version of this, as it'd be hilarious to see me doing this in person. I'll tell you what, let me know down below in the comments if you'd like to see more of me experimenting in SCVR, because oh my Christ, this is like a giant needle. A reactor component, right, so obviously this is quite critical. You don't exactly want to drop, oh dear. Yes, weapons. Now one of the things he wants to do is actually add interactive weapons. At the minute these are sort of just static things, which can I hold this in a way? Hey, there we go, look at that. It's actually really cool. I'm holding an SE assault rifle in my own hands. I'd never be able to thought I would do this. Look at this, I'm holding an assault rifle. I know I'm turning around and saying, look at this, I'm only talking to myself, but wow, look at that. Right, we don't need that. Let's try and hit that guy in the head. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We didn't hit him. Alright.
So I hope you enjoyed that little demo there of me attempting to play around Sektan's VR demo. Yeah, I'm not the best at VR, particularly in a confined space, but hopefully you enjoyed that there. If you would like to see me explore the Space Engineers VR world in a full sort of video, leave a like on this video and let me know down below in the comments. Speaking of the comments, it's time to get your opinion on this subject. Personally, I think Spaces VR could be an awesome thing for this game, but I wouldn't want it to take away from the main game and its continued development cycle. So the question comes to you, would you like to see a Space Engineers VR edition, either a little side experience or a full playable game? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. I'm personally really interested in your feedback on the subject, as I think, one day we might be able to get a full-on SE VR project, or even support Sektan's version, which he's currently doing. So one of the things Sektan did in his VR demo was picking up a miniature red ship. Now I'll show it on screen now so you can see it, and he actually held it in his virtual reality hands. This gave me an idea. As players, we spend ages designing our ships in Space Engineers, but we never really appreciate the full scope of that design in it sometimes. You know, we stand there and we design ships' radios, but until we hold it in our hands, we never really appreciate it. Kind of because we're seeing it from one point of view. Well, with VR, it allows us to pick up that design and really look at the workings of it and how it feels. And it also allows you to see it as well. Imagine if you could actually walk around the corridors of your own starship. I know I would love to stand in the colony world and, you know, visualize that for real. And that's one of the things I personally hope I can do one day, is stand there on the, you know, top of the Dawnbreaker's bridge riding into battle against Aaron in the Colony Wars. That could be fantastic, to stand in the worlds and creations you've made in the Space Engineers. I know Microsoft and Minecraft had a similar idea of a HoloLens, but I don't know if it ever came to fruit. SE could really take something here and be that game. It definitely gives some food for thought. Maybe I'm kind of running off of ideas here. I mean, it is pretty exciting. But wouldn't it be cool if you have a VR edition of Spaces where you could export your designs to see how they did look in your hand? Or even design in that way as well. You could design in the VR mode and then export them or import them into the game. It could be something really cool and definitely give an idea of expanded gameplay to Spaces on it. Let me know your thoughts down below. As you might have seen earlier in this video, Keen actually had a prototype demo of Spaces VR working in 2016. It's worth noting that this looks like an internal development build and therefore is not polished. You can see Joel, the community manager, and Mark, the CEO, playing around in the game via mining asteroids, flying big and small ships, and touring around the world. It's obviously something Keen were looking at for a while, as they even did have their own VR company up until 2017. Now, VR development is kind of a minefield in its own right, so it personally doesn't surprise me that Keen didn't commit to a bigger Space Engineers project at the time. Games that are made in virtual reality are typically not the biggest sellers, as VR is still in an odd place on the consumer market. Because I think you can agree with me, not everyone can currently access a VR headset like me and you can access a PC and play games via that system. This is why most development studios don't really go down the road of VR. So round a conclusion on this video topic, as I've kind of gone on for a bit of a while now. Personally, I think having Spaces VR Edition would be super unique and potentially be one of the leading VR games, given what you can do with it. Obviously, Keen are not working on anything at the moment, but who knows what the future holds. We'll have to see. In the meantime though, if you do want to keep up with a passionate Space Engineers fan project, which is Sektan's VR demo, then head over to his YouTube channel. Once again, the link is down below in the description. And a massive thank you to Sektan, who let me personally test this. I had massive amounts of fun with it and can't wait to test it more. I am definitely going to be playing more of that next week. It is amazing. I need to go set it up in a proper VR format, so let me know if you'd like me to see a full-on, or like me to do a full-on walkthrough for that for an actual video. I think it could be quite fun. Honestly, I can't wait to see what he comes up with, and I hope to see more of it soon. I'm personally going to be making a donation so he can continue development of it, but damn, that is looking quite a fun sort of game to play. Alright everyone, that sums up the video for me. Remember, I want to see your opinions on Spaces VR in the comments section below, so make sure to get writing on those, and I'll be replying to them where and when I can. Don't forget, Thursday the 28th of February is when Spaces releases this week. I will be there with Keen Software House helping them release the game, and I think VR might be on the table, but we'll have to see. In the meantime, if you do want to keep up to date with the latest Spaces news, then make sure to subscribe to the Captain Jack YouTube channel. I've been Jack on the channel today, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.